Namaste and welcome to this episode of the Amazing Vedas with Dr. Pariksith Singh. Thank you, Dr. Singh, for joining us. I see that you're still scrolling on your phone. I
Yes,
know
I'm
that
fine.
you're
Trying to find the Twitter,
exactly.
the
I'm
post.
just going to say that. Take your time because I'm
Yes,
going to actually request you to read that tweet on Shree. Now, why is
yes,
Shree so important? In India, even the word for Mr. is Shree.
yes,
Shree Yukt or Shree, and for Mrs. is Shree Mati. And,
right.
Indians are very fond of worshipping Lakshmi. We are also very fond of worshipping Lakshmi here at Access Healthcare Physicians because
The
we
whole
believe
world
the whole world. But
is,
but here's the difference. Unlike modern capitalism, the Vedic view of Lakshmi, the goddess of plenitude, bounty, wealth, auspiciousness, it's actually an energy for the good in the world. So,
yes,
earning money for the sake of earning money is not the Vedic way. I mean, it's not the dharmic way. But make no bones about it, this whole tendency to asceticism, to self denial, to excessive, to the exaltation of poverty and penury, that is not the Vedic way.
yeah,
The Vedic way, is actually about creating and distributing, wealth. And we say that, sukhasya moolam dharmam, sukhasya moolam artham, and arthasya moolam dharmam. So, what we say is that the foundation or the root of happiness is actually wealth. There's no two opinions about it. If you don't have enough, it's okay to, whatever, have noble thoughts and be very poor and all that. But that's only when you can't help it. But actually, the root of wealth is dharma. That's what the Indian way is. That's what the Vedic seers taught. And so we go straight to this beautiful Sri Suktam. I must say that the name, the goddess Lakshmi is not in the Rig Veda. And she's mentioned in this Sri Suktam, but that's an appendix. Now, why do we say all this? We say this because there's a forwards and backwards, back and forth integration, reverse integration. So if you have new gods and goddesses, they are somehow reintegrated into the Vedic worldview. So let's say a very favorite god like Ganesha, right? So then you project it back, and you see the Gananatha of the Vedas, and you say, oh, that is Ganesha. And last time we spoke about Maruti, not just the car, but Maruti is a name, of course, of one of the most popular deities of modern India, Hanuman. But he's the intensifier, right? Without Maruti, Ram could not have got to Lanka, right? So similarly, the Maruti comes from the Marut. So again, Lakshmi, one of the most popular goddesses, goes back to Shree, and Shree is in the Shree Suktam. And Dr. Singh, please read your tweet.
So also, just before I start, Shra, the sound, Shra, because every sound in the Sanskrit alphabet has a significance. And Shra is vibration. It's a rich vibration. So it is when Shiva is becoming Shakti, it is at the poise where Shiva rests. Shiva is neither Shakti nor is he Shiva. He is Napunsaka. He's neutral. That is where Shri comes. So it is a transition. So that's a very beautiful explanation of the sound. So let me try to read it and see what we can make of it. Who is Shri? She is one of the most important Devis in the Indic tradition. She is radiance, auspicious beauty, opulence, majesty, grace, and purity. In the Sri Suktam, she is invoked, praised, and invited to dwell in the seeker. Later Hinduism identifies her as Lakshmi, the consort of Vishnu. She is Padma Priya, or one who loves the lotus. And lotus is another symbol, so we'll come to that, which is a powerful symbol in itself. She is not the goddess of material property alone, but an inner reality. She is Hiranya Varna, or golden hued, and Padma, or one who is seated on the divine lotus.
Lotus. Beautiful, beautiful. So, as we did last time, Dr. Singh, can you also tell us what Sri Aurobindo said about Mahalakshmi, one of the
Oh,
four powers of the mother? We talked about Mahasaraswati, perfection in action. We talked a little bit about Mahakali, but tell us a little bit about Mahalakshmi.
Mahalakshmi is one of the four personalities of the Divine Mother, and perhaps the most opulent, the richest, the most beautiful, and the most sought after by humanity. We do not go after uh, knowledge so much, we don't go after the infinite vision of the universe, nor do we want to be terrible and violent, although that is needed sometimes in the battle for dharma. But Mahalakshmi is almost a universal aspiration. She's loved by all of us. The only thing to realize is she's not just a physical amount or a physical wealth. She's an inner wealth. And the Vedic view is if you are wealthy within, that wealth will reflect outside. Mahalakshmi does not like corruption or ugliness. If you have ugliness within you, she will leave you. She will not stay there too long. She may even come for a moment, but then she will leave you. So it's important to cleanse your heart, cleanse your whole being when you are invoking the divine Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi is uh, full of beauty, and she has that beauty that is mind boggling. She has that richness, and this richness comes through in all the Shree, the usage of the term Shree in the Veda. Initially, Shree is just auspiciousness, radiance, beauty, and then she evolves. She kind of morphs into a more personalized entity, a Devi, as it were. And then, of course, transitions as the continuity, Vedic continuity comes on. Sri becomes identified, Sri Devi becomes identified with Mahalakshmi. And Mahalakshmi is considered to be one of the highest powers, manifestations of the Divine Mother. So if we aspire for her in her plenitude, in her fullness, it is critical that we cleanse ourselves, our hearts be simple and generous. She is compared to Kubera. Kubera is the dark, the vital holding of money, who is the under, what is that, in
Patala,
underworlds,
Patala
Patala,
Loka. Yeah.
where the snakes guide it, and it holds it, doesn't share with anyone. That's just me, mine. But Mahalakshmi is generous. She circulates, and Mahalakshmi comes when money flows, because it is a natural beauty and generosity that comes with her. The ego disappears. When the ego disappears, she will appear. When your flaws disappear, she will appear. So that, of course, Sri Aurobindo's description is far more beautiful, but this is kind of the essence I remember of her from
No,
his
that's
great work.
very well put. In fact, I wanted to say that it's very important what you mentioned. One is this whole tendency to hoard, and if you
Yes.
look at even the iconography of Lakshmi, she has coins flowing out of her hands. So she's very generous, as you said. So the idea of hoarding, because like the rays of the sun or the cows, which are hoarded by the dark powers, and Indra goes and pulverizes these dark powers. So hoarding is antithetical to the higher use of wealth and money. So that's something very important you said. So the distribution of money, and in a way, if you want to give capitalism its due, it really believes in the circulation of money and not in the hoarding of money. So that's something very important. The other thing that you said, which was so important, was beauty, the relationship between aesthetics. So, first you said purity and ethics also. You said that wealth and corruption, I mean, wealth today is associated so much with corruption. But the ideal of Shree or Lakshmi is actually completely the opposite. You can't have Lakshmi where there's corruption. So, and finally, as you said, beauty, aesthetics. In fact, there's so much ugliness, in the modern world. There is ugliness that comes from, pollution outside, inside, all the sludge and the waste, oil spills, contamination, radioactivity, landfills, all sorts of, in that sense, ugliness, but ugliness inside as well. The lack of the appreciation of simple things. So, can you elaborate on these three aspects of Shri or Mahalakshmi?
Yeah, and one more thing I wanted to add, which is very important for Lakshmi to appear, is harmony. Wherever there is disturbance, and we can see we can see that violence, any kind of pillage or disrespect for the material resources, then Lakshmi disappears. There has to be an immense respect for her. Avoid wasting things. Beautiful statement is, even at the mouth of the spring, you should not waste water. So, with Lakshmi, do not waste. Just because she's abundant as the universe is, infinite powers are there, infinite riches are there, yet do not waste a single penny. Don't be a miser, don't hoard, but don't waste. So use her energy with a focus, with surrender, with deep love, because at the end of it, she is Sundari. She is beauty. She is the ultimate beauty, because the spiritual beauty is the richness. There is no separation between the two. And this is the genius of, say, even the Vedic thought. When you look at, say, Satchidananda, that Ananda, that bliss, is also love, is also unity, right? And it's also a deep sense of oneness. So we should never forget that this Anand comes from that harmony and the richness, and it is the ultimate beauty. So Preeti, Anand, Prem, these go together along with richness. So if we really want to invoke Lakshmi, we should realize what the sweetness, the bliss there is in her. That is within each of us. That richness is in each of us. That spiritual richness, if we can hold, bring harmony into it, bring that purity into it, despite all the limitations that we have in this name and form, if we can identify with that, then she will appear, then she will manifest, and her manifestation is needed in today's world. We need more than ever the immense richness and the blessings of Lakshmi for all humanity. We cannot have the divided rule that we have right now, that we have created. That needs to go, and the riches should go to everyone. And it's very beautiful, the harmony between knowledge, Saraswati, and Lakshmi. They are the same mother appearing um, as two personalities. And Mahakali, the intense love. Mahakali is not just violent or terrible, she is so intense in her love that she removes all our blockages in one fell swoop. What others, Saraswati will take her time, Mahakali will come and say, chop it off, let's move on. And in one moment, as Sri Aurobindo says, she can remove an age of difficulty that we would take ages to change. Mahakali can come and change, to remove it. So that intensity, the purity, the intense detailed work, the great vision of Maheshwari, these three hold together Mahalakshmi, who we all should invoke and bring in our life more and more in the right way.
Oh, very well put. And I must add that this great goddess, Sri Devi, also becomes Sri Vidya. And in the, Vishishta Advaitin tradition of, South, the Ramanuja tradition, Sri Devi and Bhudevi go together. They are the two consorts of Vishnu. So,
Yes.
as it were, a celestial consort and an earthly consort both have to go. So we conserve the earth, Bhumi, Prithvi, and Sri Devi, harmony, beauty, light, auspiciousness, purity, all of these always go together. So the Vedas generally uplift you. And then in the Tantras, it becomes Shree Vidya, in a sense, the secret knowledge of transformation. And the most popular, the most powerful, as it were, diagrammatic representation is called the Shree Yantra, which
Yes.
has the ascending and the descending
Right.
triangles. So you see how the Vedic vision is integrated in the Shakta, in the Shaiva, as Dr. Singh said at the beginning, and in the Vaishnava tradition. So, with these words, thank you for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Check us out on X, and do spread the wisdom of the Vedas. Thank you, Dr. Singh, for joining us. Namaste.
Yes.